and welcome back to Hardcore Minecraft Season 2, Episode 29. Now, last episode we did work on these docks. We worked on our first redstone farm, which is still producing, not as much as I'd like, so we may be actually adding more to that in this episode. But I honestly don't have much to do. I have begun work on, if you can kind of see down there, I've begun work on finishing the other side of the bridge. I've taken down the house that was over there. I think I actually had that down in the last episode, but I didn't address it. I have taken that down. I've grown a few more trees down there, and in general worked on that area down there. Can actually show it off a bit better on the map. Here we go. So you can kind of see there has been some updates on that side. So I'm going to be continuing that. Whenever I do eventually get the project finished, I will show you guys that area. But for now, I'm just going to kind of leave it as it is. Today, I want to get as much of the dock done as I can, because it is going to be a large thing, so it needs to get done. I saw you. But I need to get that done before I can work on the dock town. So today we're probably going to be doing that, and in general just doing a lot more cleanup stuff. So essentially what we were doing last episode mixed with a few other things, and I did get a whole bunch of restock. Not much in the way of birch, because again, it's not one I'm really focusing on. I just use it to get sticks. So I don't have a bed on me anymore. Where do I just... Where do I keep dropping my beds off at? Okay, as you can tell, a little bit more of it is more fine-tuned. Now, these little dots are basically logs. I can come out here and you can kind of see it. It doesn't have lampposts on it. It doesn't have any of the chains on it just yet, because that is going to take a lot of iron. Just doing that portion of it had me use, like, I think 4 stacks of iron just to make that area over there. And that's not even including the lanterns, because the lanterns I can buy from one of my villagers. So I don't even need the lanterns all that much. It's just the chains. But it goes all the way down. There are some weird corners here and there. Like this area right here was strange to get through. But I got through it. It goes all the way up here. And it's about ready for me to figure out how to do the dock down, so I can figure out how to do the dock layout down here. I'm actually probably going to shred this little piece. Just shred it straight off. Just take it straight off. I don't know what I was doing over here originally. I think I was just trying to outline the original like paths that were through here. But I think I'm just going to shave this all off. In fact, I may actually start doing that now. Okay. That is now stripped out. I do have to go back and replace some of those planks that are over there with slabs, so it's a little bit more streamlined and everything kind of looks the same. But something I noticed, this was originally the landmass that I thought was just a pillar poking up. It's not actually a pillar. It's just a blob. It's not connected to anything. It's just floating. So I think real quick, I'm just going to take this out and get rid of it. And I'll be back after I get rid of this as well. Alrighty, and as it becomes night, that weird blob is now gone. And this can now be more streamlined to look more like the bit that's on that end. Which is great, because that lines me up to start working on the dock town. Because I need to get that kind of laid out and kind of figuring out how buildings are actually going to lay. How I have it right now is a rough outline with wool, how I want things to sit. I need to start setting some things in stone so I can start figuring out how it's all going to look. First of all, I need to figure out kind of how this area is going to play out. I want to put another wall, kind of like that one, up around this, and then continuing down kind of that way. And I think I'm going to move my sheep up here onto this platform, so that I can have them kind of out the way of the dock town. I also need to figure out how I want all of this to kind of sit. And just with all the logs I have, I think I'm real quick going to throw some more logs on this. I'm also going to finish cutting down these trees. And there's the wall kind of around the witch's hut garden. Semi-finished. Actually, I think it is finished. Yeah, it is finished because I have all these torches here, which means this is all now done. I do eventually want to put like some stone walls across this bit here, or something of the sort, or maybe even a staircase down to like this grotto area that's going to be down here. But for the time being, there is just a wall here of planks to remind me that this area does in fact exist. So we're just going to step out of this area for the time being. Now, I do want the wall of this area to kind of branch off a little bit. I do want to take some of this out. Like, I have to shear this wall face back a bit. I know I want the stone wall to hug this portion here. This is the portion I want it to hug, so I need it to come down to this. So we're going to go ahead and shave from this level back and see kind of where I'm sitting. Okay, and there's a bit more area kind of cleared out, working on it. Hold on. Let me real quick fix this before it bugs me. Even though I want to end up putting a wall up in front of it, I kind of want to fix this. Okay, that fixes that for me. Okay. But we now have a sheer wall face to kind of figure out how things are going to sit up there as well as here, which means I can now build that space up a bit, and I can now figure out exactly the layout of the buildings down here. Because beforehand, this building had no space to really be. This is kind of where it sat originally. That is not a whole lot of space. I've just given it a whole bunch of space to work with now. And in general, this entire set of buildings has a lot more space, which is going to be great in the long run. And in fact, I may end up tearing down all the original plans of this area, just so I can start working on solidifying my plan. Okay, now all of those blocks are gone, out of the way. Now I can work on actually getting my storage system up and running in the next episode. And I'm going to do this in the next episode because it's going to be a whole dedicated thing all to itself. Today, we're just getting this area set up so they can start working. My next step is going to be figuring out how I want the wall faces to work on this area, so when I transfer it and it starts branching up to here, I know how it's going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and shear some of this down and work on this little bit of area. Why are you standing on the bee? I saw that! Why were you standing on the bee? Are you okay? Alrighty, and there we go. Another place for a wall. Now, I don't know what I'm actually going to end up doing with this little bit of area. It could end up just becoming another, like, plant area like we have up that way. Just be an area filled with plants, maybe like a little park walkway area. But that's what we have for, like, the tiered effect. I've always loved that idea when it comes to villages and stuff like that, how it has tiers to it and things of that nature. Or this could even be an expansion onto the Dogtown and make like walkways along the wall that's going to be here. Make walkways along here and put housing up here. And then do a stone wall behind it to solidify that you're going into the main town. I don't know quite yet, but I do like how all of this has turned out. And now I also have a full box of dirt, so I'm going to go quickly unload my inventory and go pick that up. Okay, I really got to find a project for dirt, because now I have this barrel full, and I've had to start moving it into my extras dirt box, which is like where my grass and podzol and stuff live. But I've had to start moving some of it in there, which is astounding. Okay, I do need to update these maps though. Alrighty, but we have some stuff figured out for the Dockside Village, and we are getting started on this area, which is great. This has been a huge time coming. I need to get a storage area going. I mean, if you can't tell by my storage system in here, I'm kind of beginning to burst at the seams. I have so much stuff at any given time that I'm actually having to throw some stuff away, which is kind of not good whenever you're working on hardcore, because you may end up needing a block at some point or something of that nature. So now we have all of that figured out. Now let's actually go down here and see about my sugarcane farm. Okay, I have half a stack sitting in here, and this is with me grinding out, doing all the stuff in that other little area yesterday. So I have spent maybe, I'd say 6 hours just grinding away here. So I am definitely going to need to upgrade this at some point in time. I'm probably going to expand out to the walls and basically do a full room of these guys. Or maybe even go down farther and make a much larger one. Now that I know this works, I may end up just building down and building some more. So let's go ahead and like get some area cleared. I guess we're already in the like clearing zone anyway. Let's go ahead and get some more area cleared out. It's like directly in front of me somewhere. It's like directly in front of me. Aha! Hello? Guys, good news. I found the zombie. And he is now dead. There is also a cave back here, which I'm going to need to light up if I want this machine to work properly. Oh, this goes into my actual cave, I believe. Yeah, I've been here before. Look, it's the torches, guys. I found it. Alright, that's how long just the glass faces for each one of these is going to be. I am going to have to clear out more area to make, like, the redstone contraptions and everything fit. But this is kind of the area we're working with. This is where the expansion for the sugarcane thing is gonna go. So that other one is going to end up being completely dismantled. I don't know what I'm going to use the extra space for, or I'm just going to clog it up. But this is where the new redstone farm is going to go. Because this one most definitely is, it's working, but the problem is it's not producing enough. I just went completely back down what I was trying to do. It's just not producing enough for what I need, which is trading with villagers. Like, I only have 32, whereas my normal farm could get me 264s in a matter of a day in-game. So I definitely need to upsize that farm dramatically. That's probably going to happen in the next episode, though. But hopefully in between episodes, I can possibly get more iron, because that is one thing I do drastically need, is more iron. Also, I need to move out some of my villagers. I have decided that I'm going to, for the time being, move the cartographers back here into like this little hobbit hole house. That's right here. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and clear this area out too. Okay, and there we go. Now we have a ceiling on this sucker. Now, moving them is probably going to take until next episode, because I really, really don't want to deal with the frustration of moving villagers currently. But I will definitely be putting my cartographers in there for the time being until I can get a boat of some kind made up for them, possibly, or they may just be stuck in there the entire season, who knows. But that will have to be all for today. We've set up a whole bunch of stuff to take action in the next video, where I will probably be starting the dock town, or at least starting the walls and the tiering to the dock town. I will be doing a sugarcane farm. Well, increasing the size of my sugarcane farm, should I say. And moving my cartographers. All big things that need to happen, and they're all going to happen in next episode. And that's going to be all for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!